Guys, we just witnessed something that perfectly captures where this franchise is right now. The Cowboys won a football game on Christmas Day against the Washington Commanders, and somehow that might actually be bad news for our future. I know that sounds crazy, but stick with me here, because what happened today tells you everything you need to know about this organization's approach to building a winner. What's up, Cowboys? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Cowboys. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the America's team. Let me start with the elephant in the room. We won this game and dropped from 13th to 16th in the draft order. That's 3 spots we just gave away for a meaningless victory against a Commanders team that was trying to lose. Think about that for a second. Washington did it the right way. They made it competitive, gave people something to watch on Christmas, but they weren't about to mess up their draft position. Jaden Daniels wasn't playing, and when Marcus Mariota conveniently had that hand injury, they rolled out Josh Johnson knowing full well what would happen. And you know what? Josh Johnson was dealing out there. If Washington had just let him throw the ball instead of calling all those run plays, we might have been in real trouble and actually achieved the goal of losing this game. But here's where it gets messy. I'm watching this game, and every time Dak Prescott got sacked, and he got sacked like 6 times, I'm crossing my fingers hoping nothing went wrong. At one point, he got up grabbing his arm, and I'm thinking, this is horrible. We're out here risking our injury-prone quarterback in a completely meaningless game when we should be giving Joe Milton the reps and protecting our future. That's the smart play. But no, we are the Cowboys, and we don't do smart things. And now, let's talk about Tyler Smith, because I've been saying this and people thought I was being too cocky and arrogant about it. Tyler Smith is a guard. Period. End of story. Argue with your mama if you want to disagree with me on that. The man himself said it after the game. He literally said he's an all-pro guard. Not a tackle, a guard. And you know where he got that language from? Zach Martin told him exactly what to say. 5-6 years ago, when people were asking Zach if he could play tackle, Zach said the same thing. He told them, look guys, I'm an all-pro guard. And Tyler rolled out that exact same playbook because these guys know who they are as players. What happened today proved everything I've been saying. Tyler had a rough day at left tackle. All the O-line legends like Andrew Whitworth, Duke Manyweather, and Nate Newton came out and said he's playing left tackle like he's playing guard. Your tendencies get put on film after a game or two, and defensive ends start working angles on you. They see you're strong, but your range isn't great. They figure out you're biting on hand fakes, and suddenly you're getting worked. That's what happened today. Here's my concern, though. Jerry Jones is going to see this as one of his shortcuts. This is what he does every single year. He sells the fan base on shortcuts instead of actually addressing problems properly. He pretends these shortcuts are going to work, and people buy into it every time. Remember when he convinced everyone that some guy who'd been a massive failure in the NFL for 4 years was suddenly going to be our corner or our linebacker? It's the same playbook over and over. Okay, now let me tell you what actually happened in this game, though. Javante Turpin deserves the game ball. Last week, he ran the same route, stopped running, Dak threw it and got mad at him. This week, he came back to that same play, ran his route all the way through, Dak threw it, and Turpin caught it for an 86-yard touchdown. 1 catch, 86 yards, touchdown. That's how you respond. And shout out to Malik Davis, too. He stepped in when Javante Williams was out with a neck injury and rushed for over 100 yards. This is exactly why Jaden Blue can't get on the field. Javante Williams is the consummate professional. He shows up on time, goes to treatment, goes to workouts, takes notes in meetings, blocks, catches, and does everything right. Then Malik Davis does his job the exact same way. When you have 2 professionals doing it right every day, a rookie trying to take shortcuts is never going to get on the field. But here's what really got me heated. Dak was hating on CD today. I'm not like a lot of goofies who pretend Dak isn't awesome, because he is. But today, he took away about 2 catches for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. CD would have had about 170 yards if Dak just short-armed those throws. He had 2 walk-in touchdowns if the ball placement was right. The man's been to 5 straight Pro Bowls with 1,000-yard seasons, and all of a sudden the ball doesn't know how to find him accurately? Come on now. And let me address this narrative I saw people pushing. Some folks were saying Dak played terrible because he missed a handful of throws to Lamb. He went 19 for 37, which isn't a great completion percentage, but big yards, touchdowns, didn't turn it over, good QBR. He got sacked 6 times because protection wasn't great. I sincerely feel like the defense was playing so bad that people started blaming it on Dak. Speaking of the defense, Josh Johnson was having a career day against us. If the offense doesn't keep scoring, Matt Eberflus and them look real
little crazy out there. I'm watching this game thinking, what is Eberflus saying up there in the press box? Is he like, yeah, Dak, bail me out, or is he trying to figure out the next play to get a stop? Because the whole time I'm thinking if the offense doesn't keep putting up points, this defense exposes everything.
Now about Jonathan Mingo. We saw way more Jalen Tolbert today than we've seen in weeks. You know why? Because Mingo is terrible. The Cowboys liked him in the draft 2 years ago. He failed in the NFL, and when Carolina said, will anybody give us anything for him, we gave up a 4th-round pick. Anytime you're a high draft pick and you can't get playing time on a terrible team, that tells you everything. A bad team with a high draft pick who doesn't want to play you, yeah, he's not good. This is the problem with this organization. Coaches at the professional level are super arrogant. They'll watch tape on a guy from years ago and think they can fix him when nobody else could. It's usually the franchises that aren't smart doing things within their organization. It's the Clevelands, the Titans, and yeah, the Cowboys bringing these guys in thinking they can unlock something that 5 other coaching staffs couldn't. Meanwhile, you got players who are productive at the NFL level right now, but they don't have the draft status, or they don't meet your metrics, so you ignore them and chase the college pedigree instead. Now, let's talk about this offseason, because I know what they should do, but I don't know what they're going to do. The things that are fixable at a reasonable price every year are run-stopping defensive tackles who aren't pass rushers. You can get those guys. Capable linebackers who aren't special, those are available every offseason too. Go get me Van Ginkel. Go get me Matt Milano. These are the moves that are supposed to be easy. But finding a dynamic, game-changing pass rusher, that's hard. They don't hit the free market very often, and when they do, you pay through the roof. The Cowboys have committed premium assets to fix things that should be reasonably easy to fix because they waited so long, and now we have a deficit at the thing that's really hard to find. Using a 13th to 17th overall pick on a pass rusher, the odds are overwhelming that guy isn't getting 9 sacks as a rookie, but we created this hole by using assets on the wrong things. We could figure out the linebacker and tackle positions without burning premium picks, but we did it backwards and now we're in a weird spot. Bottom line, this was a tough win for people like me who want this team to have a real future. We dropped 3 spots in the draft for a meaningless victory. Tyler Smith confirmed he's a guard, Dak was out there risking injury, the defense made Josh Johnson look like a Pro Bowler, and Jerry Jones is probably in his office right now convincing himself that all his shortcuts are going to work next year. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this offseason we actually go out and fix things the right way. Get some real linebackers, get a left tackle, get a pass rusher, and stop pretending failed players from other teams are suddenly going to become stars here. But if history tells us anything, we're going to get sold a bill of goods that's going to be a load of hogwash. We'll see the same shortcuts, the same excuses, and the same results.